Okay, Leah, you got a story. Let's hear it.
Okay, so they say, so to say, that like children and dogs and animals can like see entities or like supernatural things, like ghosts and stuff like that, right? So my personal experience happened when I was under 5 years old. I don't know exactly how old, but I was old enough to remember because I only stayed at that house, the Lodi house, until I was 4. Okay, so I was under 4 years old, right? So I did a little research, just a little bit, just to add some extra stuff in here. So children as young as 2 to 5 begin to form ideas about invisible agents. So like gods, ghosts, angels, things like that, even before they fully understand what that means.
Mm-hmm.
So then it also talks about fantasy versus reality distinction, or thinking, like children engage in what they call like magical thinking, like an imaginary.
Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So another one is like hallucinatory or perceptual experiences. So a lot of children will say that they see or hear things that aren't present, or having experiences that could be classified as hallucination. I guess I should set this. You can edit things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, this is permanent. We actually sent it into the FBI because we're good.
I feel like I should have said this like afterwards, so like talk about it. But
well, you're prefacing it that since you're a child, does that make the story more or less meaningful to you? It must be meaningful because you still remember it.
I do.
Yep. Can I just interrupt for 1 second? I just interrupt for 1 second? First of all, this explains a couple of things. Why you were hallucinating or seeing hallucinations possibly. And secondly, Mark, where that acid that you had on your nightstand went when she was 4 years old.
I always wondered.
I don't think I don't think we said in this rehash that she's your daughter, but she's Mark's daughter.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, when she was 4 years old, she wasn't just randomly staying with Mark.
She might have been. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So basically, it says, like, research says that for many kids, these like episodes or things that they experience are sometimes linked to like transient, sporadic, often tied to sleep states, illness, stress, brief or boundary states such as waking up or falling asleep. But small children under the age of 7 are less able to reliably distinguish between dreams, imagination, and perception.
Right.
Okay. So my story started at the Lodi house. One of the very few times that I remember my parents being together, which is crazy, but a scary story.
It is scary. It's very scary.
The fact that I dressed up as an old lady's anyway, that's about it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I remember the Lodi house, and my father and I had this discussion before because I remember the setup of this house simply because of this situation. Okay. But I also have an ET.
Oh.
Okay. So, wait, where was it?
You said that your father and I had this conversation. Something about the Lodi house when you were 4.
So, my father, Mark, and I had this conversation about the layout of the house, and we literally whipped out a piece of paper and drew where the furniture was at of the house. And he didn't believe me, but then he was like, oh, wait, one time it was like that. And I said, I know it was. So I vividly remember how everything was laid out. So I was laying on the couch with you, Dad, and we were facing the TV. And with this old TV, obviously, because it had to have been like 2000 older. And I was looking at the TV, and I see a roof with a man in like a long trench coat and a hat or something like that on the roof, running around or whatever in the movie that we were watching. Okay.
Okay.
It was dark in the room. I look over to my left and I see a scarecrow-looking man standing on the staircase.
What did he do?
Didn't do anything. I just remember laying there, terrified, afraid to move, because I didn't know what to do. I don't remember leaving from that situation. I don't remember where we went after that situation, but that's what I remember. And I have a picture of what I experienced.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I'm nervous.
Not that bad.
Okay, go ahead. Whoa! Wait a minute. How did you do that? Because that looks like the house.
Hey, yeah, brother.
Wow.
That is a wonderful thing. That is an actual picture of the house.
Okay, well that
There's a computer and a desk down at the bottom of the stairs.
yes.
And then the couch
Yes.
would be, yeah. But it was kind of a trial and error type of thing.
Well, that's really good. Now, that picture look is not what the house looks like. And the wall colorings are different, and the chair rail thing is there. But yeah, that is.
So there's another
So,
picture.
how long was it there? How long was it there, and did you see your face?
I have no idea. I never saw its face. So another picture that I found, not the same staircase, but I'm going to show it. It also reflected what basically
Creeping me out, man.
supernatural. You got supernatural.
Huh.
Yep.
That's interesting. Here's the thing though about the ghost. When you have ghost stories, like when you're like in bed, how much of it is really what's happening, and how much is it sometimes your mind can play tricks on you when you're half awake and half asleep?